Claire Holt is an Australian actress best known for her role as Rebecca Michelson in The Originals, a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries. The show follows the Michelson family in New Orleans. Filled with supernatural drama, The Originals became a fan favourite. Holt brought real depth to Rebecca. Filming such a show is demanding. The production recreated New Orleans with impressive sets. Sometimes, nature itself becomes part of the story. During one shoot, a real thunderstorm struck. This is the story of how Claire Holt and the crew transformed a wild storm into television magic. It's a glimpse into the real-life drama behind the camera. Making TV isn't just about green screens, it's about adapting to the unexpected. Claire's experience in the storm highlights her dedication and the teamwork required to get the perfect shot. It's a story of resilience and professionalism in the face of a literal storm. Sometimes, the most unforgettable moments happen when reality crashes into fiction. And for Claire Holt, this storm became a defining moment on set. The scene was pivotal for Rebecca, a confrontation in a cemetery, meant to be set against a dramatic thunderstorm. The plan was to use rain machines and sound effects for control. The location, a haunting cemetery in Georgia, was already atmospheric. But as the crew prepared, a real storm rolled in, threatening to halt production. The team faced a choice: wait out the weather or embrace it. The director saw an opportunity. Nothing could match the intensity of a real storm. It was risky, but the payoff could be unforgettable. The decision was made. They would film in the storm. Suddenly, the script's turmoil became real. The controlled environment vanished, replaced by wild, unpredictable nature. The cast and crew, especially Claire, braced for a true adventure. They weren't just acting in a storm, they were living it. The fictional chaos of the scene was about to be matched by the real tempest overhead. For everyone on set, this was no longer just another night of filming. It was a test of adaptability and courage. The storm would either ruin the scene, or make it legendary. And Claire Holt was ready to face it head-on. With the real storm approaching, the crew sprang into action. Safety was paramount. Every camera and light was quickly waterproofed. Plastic sheeting covered anything that couldn't get wet. The wardrobe team armed actors with towels and warm robes for between takes. Hair and makeup braced for constant touch-ups, knowing the rain would undo their work. The director briefed Claire and her co-star. Embrace the chaos. Let the storm fuel your performance. Claire had to shift her mindset. Prepared lines and blocking gave way to improvisation. The assistant directors coordinated everyone, setting up tents as safe zones. The atmosphere was electric, nervous, excited, and united against the elements. Crew members, used to creating fake worlds, now worked with a very real force of nature. Claire watched the team's determination and knew she had to match their energy. As the first drops fell, she took a deep breath. The storm was no longer just a backdrop, it was a scene partner. Everyone was ready for the challenge. The show was about to begin, and no one knew exactly what would happen next. But that's what made it thrilling. When the storm hit, it was relentless. Sheets of rain, howling wind, and thunder shaking the cemetery. Cameras rolled as Claire stepped into the downpour, embodying Rebecca's defiance. The cold was shocking, but she pushed through, shouting her lines over the roar. The storm's raw energy made her performance feel more real than ever. Between takes, crew rushed in with blankets and hot drinks, but Claire never complained. Claire ran, fought, and delivered emotional monologues, all while soaked and freezing. Her professionalism shone. She turned adversity into art. For Claire, this was more than a performance, it was a triumph. The result was a scene that felt alive, raw, and unforgettable. Even in chaos, the cast and crew found moments of humor. During a break, everyone huddled under tents, sipping hot soup. Claire, wrapped in a giant robe, looked like a drenched cat, but kept smiling. Suddenly, a gust of wind sent a huge umbrella flying, splashing a producer with muddy water. For a moment, everyone was stunned. Then laughter erupted. That ridiculous moment broke the tension and lifted spirits. Claire later called it her favorite memory from the night. It showed the camaraderie of the crew, everyone in it together, facing the storm. The flying umbrella became a story they'd tell for years. It was a reminder that even in high-stakes drama, laughter matters. These behind-the-scenes moments are what make filmmaking special. It's not just about what ends up on screen, it's about the shared experience. And sometimes, a muddy disaster is exactly what you need. When the episode aired, the storm scene was breathtaking. The real rain and wind gave the moment a visceral authenticity no special effects could match. Every frame pulsed with the raw power of nature. Claire's shivering, her voice cracking over thunder. It was all real. The audience could feel the cold and chaos, drawn deeper into the story. The storm added unscripted details, rain plastering hair, breath misting in the air, coats whipping in the wind. These gifts from nature made the scene richer and more textured. The storm became a character, an obstacle Rebecca had to overcome. Her triumph felt even more powerful, as she defied not just her enemy, but the elements. The gamble to film in real weather paid off. It created one of the most memorable scenes in the series. The blend of scripted drama and real-world chaos was cinematic magic. The crew's preparation and Claire's bravery made it possible. Sometimes the best moments come from embracing the unpredictable. This storm scene proved it. Claire Holt's stormy adventure is more than a behind-the-scenes story. It's a testament to her courage and professionalism. She faced freezing rain and howling wind with determination, never backing down. Claire embraced the chaos, letting the storm shape her performance. This required trust in her director, her crew, and herself. It's the mark of a true artist, serving the story, no matter the challenge. The crew's teamwork matched her bravery, everyone united to capture something special. The storm scene was a victory for the whole team. Claire's willingness to go the extra mile set her apart. She doesn't shy from challenges. She runs toward them. Her performance was powerful because it was real, fueled by heart and grit. Claire Holt proved she's a true professional, one who shines even in the pouring rain.